So these are just 7 things that you can do and things that I often do to stay inspired when I'm not actually working on music specifically. So the first thing, which is by far my favourite, is live music. Free events as well are great in your city. You can check on Eventbrite or things like that, just see what's going on, or just actually visit a concert or find some street music. But for me, like seeing like some live music always fills me with a lot of creative ideas. The second tip or thing that I often personally do is study some film scores or some specific composers. And not when I say study, I mostly actually just mean listen to and enjoy. I really love movie soundtracks, and some of my favourite composers are Bernard Herrmann, who did Taxi Driver, Vangelis, who did Blade Runner, obviously, John Williams, obviously Star Wars, Hans Zimmer, who did everything. But yeah, for example, those 4 are great. Just like, I love listening to those kind of soundtrack albums. You know, it's great like first thing in the morning or before you go to bed as well, when you're like not distracted and you haven't got your phone on you, and you just really immerse yourself in some great like kind of epic music. That is something that always keeps me inspired. You know, doesn't have to be obviously listening to drum and bass to think of ideas for drum and bass. You can come from anywhere, inspiration. Third thing, watch a classic movie about music. Just some films that sprang to mind: The Pianist, Whiplash, School of Rock, 24-Hour Party People. Used to love that one. Yeah, that's another great way to keep inspired. Doesn't require any effort on your part. And after watching a great film about music, or you know, an important film about, you know, a crucial piece of music history, that often fills me with a lot of like, you know, want to jump up and get on the door straight away after that kind of film, you know. Fourth thing, read an artist biography. I've got one here that I found. This is the Led Zeppelin Hammer of the Gods, which is quite cool. I have not read all of it. Other artist biographies though, for example, you could get, you know, think of any like great pioneering musician and just read about their life. That's always going to give you some inspiration. Tom Waits, Ian Curtis, Jim Morrison, I don't know, you know, pick one, whatever you like. Like, I think that's a great way to keep inspired, if you like reading, of course. Watch a music documentary. This is a big one. Really helped me a lot. A documentary where you can kind of study and learn about some other things in music that you don't have too much knowledge on. For example, I love learning about like cinematic orchestras and the reasons why certain instruments work where they do and why they place them in certain positions. You know, that's quite interesting because that also kind of all ties in with music production and, you know, sound selection and spacing sounds in the right areas. You know, it's all kind of ties in. Foley sound design documentaries are epic as well. I know someone posted one on my Discord recently. But yeah, Foley sound design stuff is great when you really see what lengths people go to create a sound that sounds similar to what is being shown on the screen. So those are always inspiring, I find. Old like synthesis and like synthesizer and hardware units, like there's many documentaries about that kind of stuff as well, which is also great in my opinion. Yeah, so that number 6 tip: buy a percussion instrument. I've bought quite a few in my past. I've got like a kalimba. I've got like a ocarina. And loads of other things like a shakuhachi flute, a mouth harp. A lot of these instruments I bought for next to nothing off Amazon or eBay for like 20 euros or something like that. And even if you just buy one like today, like buy one random instrument, even if you don't end up using it, you know, like every day, it's cool to have it around, I think. And it kind of keeps you inspired a little bit. And sometimes you might want to record one and use it in a track, which brings me on to my final way of keeping inspired, which is to start a Foley sample pack. I've done this so many times, but if you haven't done it before, you should definitely try it. Get 20 unique sounds recorded. If you don't have a portable mic, you can buy one if you want, like a Tascam or Zoom for like 80 or 100 or something like that. They're really good. Or just use your phone, if not. I think most phone recordings are pretty decent these days. And, you know, unless you're trying to record like a real bassy sound for everything else, it's going to be fine. So you can record loads of cool like sounds out in nature, and I tried to find sounds that have like a natural rhythm on as well, so they're more easy to use in a track with the life that they already have. So that's another great thing you can do that requires a bit more effort, but you can also just do it as and when you're out and about and you just hear something, just like in the back of your mind. Always have this little Foley sample pack that you're building. So those are like 7 things you can do that require like little or no effort, that are not necessarily related to sitting on the computer, and that are things that can keep you inspired musically. But let me know in the comments down below if you have any more suggestions and ideas and things that you do that keep you inspired musically, even when you're not actually sitting there making music, because we all go through different seasons, and I know I certainly have in my journey as a musician, where I've been really uncreative and not really created anything great. But it's not to say that my passion for music has subsided, and my passion for music is constantly being refilled and refueled by all these other things that I've listed here, and probably more that I've forgotten about. But essentially, it's like we love music, we have a passion for music, you know, all these things in the background and throughout life keep us inspired and keep us enjoying it. And so even if we're not necessarily being creative in that particular moment, or you know, that particular week, particular month, season, whatever, you know, these things are all great to keep your mind sharp and focused on enjoying the thing that we all love, which is the music. So let us know down below if you've got any other things that you personally think inspire you or help you to keep your creative juices running even when you're not actually working on stuff. Would love to hear from you guys. Let me reply to a few comments as well while I'm here from the last few days. Koba, yes buddy, really love this one, such a crunchy number. Thanks for commenting on my latest track, Paran. Madaza Music, excellent bro, love the drum work, glad you like it. 9 Wrenches, great track, drums are sick. Awesome bro, thank you bro. Ian Treek says, mental battle is real, sometimes realer than the technical battle. I definitely can relate to that. Rolled in a Raw, the human emotion and feeling is still king regarding the AI D&B. Yeah, I think we're still slightly ahead of the robots at the moment. Rolled in a Raw also says, this pack is amazing with all the macros you added on my Vital Vengeance pack. Thank you, sir. Darotum, Psytrance says hi. Cool to know that you're a Psytrance producer. I didn't realise that. And more than welcome on the channel, of course. Ryan Anderson says, I've been trying to finish tracks for years and don't feel they're good enough. So collabs sound like a great opportunity to get over my block with my tracks. Definitely, they can be a great way to not only get over your blocks, but also hopefully learn a bit from someone else as well. So I look forward to doing the collab live stream in a few weeks. Chris Im says, thank you G, nice tip and insight of the audio clicks. It was on the old Amen Break mixing video, which did quite well. Thank you, sir. I'm glad it helped you out. Ian says, cool, checking out Sound Paint now. And Rolled in a Raw says, wow, legend, was looking at Spitfire Labs, but wow, the price for each pack. This and my Amigo will be friends regarding to the Sound Paint plugin. Yes, I think that they're both almost as good as each other, really, the Spitfire Labs and the Sound Paint, and that there's free instruments on both, and if you can combine the two, you've got loads of instruments to use there, you know, plus Vital for free. You've got all the sound sources you ever need, in my opinion. Koba says, love this. Ian again says, if I was using compression on a drum layer, I would always use an EQ to remove the low end of the layer to prevent phasing. Good stuff. Possibly some transient shaping and then volume. Having done your layering and compression masterclass, I am a convert anyway, so I don't parallel compress my drums either. Yes, there are some, obviously, people who still do it and can get good results with it. Personally, I feel like it's not really not necessary to do it, and you can get just as good drums, or if not better, without that technique. But yeah, that's not to say that, you know, you have to avoid doing it. I mean, if you can get it to work, that's great. Sound Paint rocks hard, but it's complicated for a beginner, says Wesley Wild. Nice beat. Perhaps. It looks a bit complicated. I just have been loading up the presets and playing with the instruments because they just sound great, and I haven't been getting too bogged down in the details of the plugin, you know. But you can already get to making music straight away just by loading up some sounds. Rico Lee says, cool. on the little short I did about how I finished my D&B tracks. Raphael says, trying hard to finish my D&B track, but I always feel like it's not good enough. Your vids really do help to get over that feeling by realising that it's not about getting your sound in line with others. Absolutely. You want to avoid falling into that trap where the comparison of yourself to others is causing you to lose motivation and inspiration. It's not an easy thing to do, something you have to train yourself at. But like I see, music as a sea. It's an infinite, vast, ocean of opportunities and like types of music, sounds and things we can create. It's endless, so it just doesn't make sense to just imagine you're a little fish in the sea and you're just gonna compare yourself to this one other little fish that's also in this massive sea. Just like swim somewhere else, just swim around and enjoy it. Gonna check this out, mate. Nice one, says Johnny Dunseith about the Soundpaint video. And Paul Lambert again says, fire tune. Thank you, sir. There's some older comments I haven't responded to via video, but I try to reply in the chat when I can, and I do read them all, and I thank you for all of your comments, and I hope you guys have an awesome day. And I'll do some more production specific tutorial tomorrow, I suppose. I just wanted to do a little random one-off, little just mindset kind of little chat thing. Anyway, much love, my G's. Have a great day. See you soon.